Hello, Gemini. Welcome to Spicy Sunflower Tarot. Welcome to this summer reading. Welcome to the summer solstice energy, the equinox or the summer solstice, the 21st of June. That also put us right into Cancer season. So we left your season, Gemini. I hope you had a really beautiful birthday season. And then we jumped right into Cancer season. This is Munchkin, by the way, and she's deciding to just show up and lay right where everything's going to happen. So baby girl, you're going to have to just move over. We'll do your reading, Gemini. I just want you to be aware that she's showing up. A lot of times, she does come over when there's some message that needs to be delivered. She's not quite sure about the shuffling part, but she likes the energy, I think, of the readings itself. Now she's heading out. No, she's coming back. So Gemini, thank you again for being here. I have 4 cards in mind for you. And I'm going to lay those out, and then we're going to circle back and talk. So for the sign of Gemini, we have, I'm going to talk about those in a second here. And the last card is the Knight. So we've got some sword energy. We have 1 cup energy. We've got Emperor, fire, a little bit of everything, except we're missing earth. So no earth energy here. Let's just jump in. Your focus for the summer is going to be being the person in charge of your life, the Emperor. This is a very controlled being. The Emperor is the embodiment of all 4 kings. So it's earth energy, it's air energy, it's water energy, it's pentacle energy. It's all rolled into one figure, and it's a masculine energy. It's an action-taking energy. The Emperor has a domain over whatever area that it's involved in. It's masculine, so I'm going to say he, but you can be a feminine energy and have Emperor energy. That just means I'm taking charge, I'm taking control, I'm taking ownership of my decisions and my actions. The Emperor can be very dictatorial and not really open to other people's ideas or feelings. This is a very fiery energy. It's Aries energy, so it's Mars oriented. And Mars is the god of war. And so we're going to go in and we're going to just blast through things. We're not going to really care about how people feel about it. But this is your focus for the summer. So maybe you have been a little bit shabby on your self-confidence. And if that's the case, Emperor energy can help you to really fortify your self-confidence, to give you that ability to believe in your strength and your decision-making abilities and your control and just taking charge and making moves. That's really what you're going to try to focus on for the summer. And then where you really shine is this 7 of Cups energy. And that's, we're never pinned down into one way. There's always options. There's always choices. There can be fantasies and delusions, but there are still options. And it's just up to us to make up our mind what we're going to choose. So I think where you really shine, Gemini, is in the fact that there are choices. It's not like somebody is saying you can choose hot or cold. Somebody is actually saying you've got 7 choices. There's hot, there's cold, there's lukewarm, there's a little bit on the cold side, but still hot. Somebody is really laying out options that you don't have to just make up your mind on one thing. You have so many different ways you could go. And that's where you really shine, because you're a communicator. You're in your mental, your air energy, and you're able to communicate and organize your thoughts really well. So when there are choices and options, that's where you really come alive. Now, what you can release is this 2 of Swords, which is Libran energy, so it's your air cousin. It's traditionally indecision and not being able to make up your mind. Now, this is what you need to release, and that is trying to be confused about things. Yeah, there's a lot of options, but they're not confusing. Every option has a pro and a con, and your Emperor ability is going to allow you to look at those options. It's like a game board. And I'm going to look at that game board and I'm going to know where I want to move my piece. Getting lost in indecision is just going to harm me. That's going to get in my way. That's what you need to release. So, where you're headed towards your future, this is more air energy, Knight of Swords. Your future is going to have you moving, maybe literally moving. I don't know if you're planning on relocating physically altogether, or if you're just moving in your ability to have conversations, you're moving in your ability to communicate more, to open up, to share ideas, to put out things like a smorgasbord of ideas, and just be able to have those options, have those choices. That's where you really shine. And so as you're moving towards your future, you're becoming more and more adept at all of those options and choices. You're communicating about it and you're moving on it and moving towards it. So that's really positive. I'm going to grab that Light Seers Tarot. We're going to do a little clarification for you, Gemini. So for the sign of Gemini, let's clarify first why the Emperor is here in your focus for the summer. Why is the Emperor here for the sign of Gemini? Six of Wands. So your focus for the summer is to highlight your leadership ability, your ability to make decisions, call the shots, be the big cheese, the head kahuna. Maybe you're promoted into a boss or a supervisor, and you're really going to be victorious and shine. And people are going to comment and say, wow, did you see Gemini make all those decisions and call all those shots? That was really great. People are going to celebrate you for taking charge, being the man. You know, even if you're a female, you can really take that masculine quality and go with it and take charge. Then that Seven of Cups. Why is this where Gemini really shines? Why is the Seven of Cups where Gemini really shines? Their ability to take options and choices and, make quick work of it. Why is the Seven of Cups? Ace of Wands. Exactly. You can take 7 choices and you can identify one that you're the most passionate about, the Ace of Wands. That's how you're going to be able to make your decision. You're able to take all kinds of options and choices, fantasies and delusions, and narrow them down to what one thing am I the most passionate about. That's where you really shine like a diamond. Now, what you can release is acting like you're confused, or you have indecision, or you're blindfolded, or you can't see the truth about a way to go. That's what we're trying to get rid of and release. So why is the Two of Swords here in that category for Gemini? Three of Swords. Because indecision and acting like you don't have the ability to make a choice, it just harms you. It breaks your heart. Now, this is swords, so this is air energy. Three of Swords is when I don't make a choice, all I do is bring my pain from the past into my future. If I don't carve out the decision right here, right now, it triggers me back to my past when I felt helpless, when I felt like I didn't have abilities to make choices. It made me feel like I was powerless. and you're the emperor. That's your focus for the summer. So this energy is what we're trying to alleviate and release. Now, why is the Knight of Swords the future energy for the sign of Gemini? Why is the Knight of Swords where Gemini should focus their future energy? The Knight of Pentacles. You know, the Knight of Swords is moving towards communication, moving towards, let's lay out the game plan. Let's get all these things organized and put out into the future. The Knight of Pentacles, another mover. You really could be moving, like literally moving, relocating, but it's not going to happen right away. It's going to take time. There's going to be a plan to move. There's going to be some planning towards where our future is taking us. It's going to not happen overnight. It's going to take some time, slow. Knight of Pentacles is very thoughtful and very, they have a plan and they have a goal. It just takes them a little bit longer to get to it than most people would be comfortable with, maybe. So this is your reading, Gemini, for your summer reading. Thank you for being a part of the channel. Spicy Sunflower Tarot can be found on TikTok and on YouTube. Please remember to like, follow, subscribe, share, comment. Thank you so much for being a part of this channel and for your energy. Be blessed and be well.